Oh, hello there, Internet. Gonna be heading into open here. I loaded up Elite Dangerous here for the first time. Well, I did play the Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma of Odyssey back in 2021, I believe it was, spring of 2021, and wasn't enough to bring me back to the main game. So I had docked up my ships, or I had logged out in space above Bullman apparently on October 31st, 2018. And October 31st of this year, I came back and spent a couple of days figuring out controls because I had my CH gear, and now I'm on my Thrustmaster HOTAS system. So I had to bind controls and figure out what everything was. So testing out, new microphone, new setup. I have a streaming computer now. System architect payment. 0% happiness, 35,000 credits. Woohoo! Granted, really it's colonization that brought back, and working with a couple of friends to build up a couple of stations, and then we're going to name them for fallen comrades. Starting with Vario Station. He passed away about 8-9 years ago. I don't know, I guess it's been closer to almost 10. Him, Sal, Cole, MTW. Okay, hold on a second. I need to adjust a couple of things here. Track IR. There we go. So, I have to get my mouse here a second. We start a squadron to take on these activities. Hold on one second. I've got to grab my mouse. I knocked it off here. So last Thursday was the first one. So we've got 540,000 in HIP 115846. Industrial agriculture is the current economies, and units required, titanium 568. Well, I should be able to knock that out in one turn here. Who all is online? Okay, so nobody else that's been building. Somebody's been building on all this. Alright, so what's our commodities here? We'll go ahead and refuel. So having to relearn all of the freaking menus because the UI has changed a lot. Commodities market, high tech. They may not have what I need. Indeed, they do not. Move Taurus. So we're gonna have to go grab what we need here. I I know they have what we need. So. Eventually I figure out the controllers here. Howdy ho. So yes, after many, many years of being busy, I'm testing the new streaming setup. Let me know on volume levels and stuff like that. Because I now have a capture slash...
Be careful to observe restrictions when leaving the station.
Landing gear retracted.
Okay, so that's going to be on the other side over there. Yeah, okay, so...
Facility boundary exceeded. Please take care on your journey.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right. Is it bookmarked here? Indeed.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we need like 500 more units of titanium to finish off the space farm.
4, 3, 2.
If I remember correctly, the system is extraction. But yes, I'm going to be doing more streaming. I know that in order to do it successfully, you kind of have to get a schedule lined out. Tonight is just testing equipment, everything. There we go. The Beer Beacon. I like the station name. Now, if it was the Beer Bacon Beacon, it'd be even better. So I know there's been a lot of changes over the last 7 years since I noped out and came back in. But really, the colonization, my biggest problem with Elite Dangerous there at the end was just lack of player agency on the universe. And is the system they came up with all things to all people? No, but it is certainly better than what we had. And unfortunately, I think it took Michael Brooks leaving the project, and unfortunately, I believe he passed away in the last couple of years. And probably about an entire new team coming in and making some changes. Yep, beer run. So yeah, my ship is pretty much, other than reconfigured for trading, as I left it 7 years ago. And at the time, it was one, if not the premier PvP cutter in the game at the time. I could stand toe-to-toe with people who abuse the original engineering system. And I got all my modules the legit way. But my understanding is they overhauled engineering, and I'm not entirely sure, because all the engineering on this ship is legacy. So I don't know if that's better, worse, or indifferent. But, like, there wasn't modes back when I played that. Actually, I take that back. I think they had just introduced the more deeper system scanning mechanics with the FSS scanner and stuff like that from the flyby honk method that used to be. I don't really need to be an orbital cruise. This is Elite Dangerous. This is, I believe, Odyssey. So, I was a premium beta backer back in 2012-13. So, any of the future releases that they came out with, I got Horizons and Odyssey. I guess I could map out a gamepad to do the first-person shooter mechanics on the surface of planets, but a lifetime of working around computers.
Sierra Kilo uniform. You must submit a docking request before landing at this port. Access granted. Proceed to Bay 17.
I forgot to do that the first time I came back and about got blown up by the station for not having their delightful permission.
Commander, reduce your speed immediately.
I mean the inertia on this thing is ridiculous. It'll reduce its velocity eventually. But I plan to be doing some X-Plane here as well. So in the intervening 7 years,
Heading is A-OK, Commander. You're all clear.
as I put out, some of the projects that I kind of left to work on worked out, and we sold a business last year.
Landing gear deployed.
The other things in life happened, and then I've taken over the family farms and made some poor financial decisions, primarily buying a Cherokee 180, which is getting an avionics upgrade right now. I'm not going to say how much I just paid my avionics guy tonight, but
Good to have you with us, Commander.
yeah. Also, this is not Arachne. I think you were. Well, there, Colonel Ty. We are in the process of getting ready to build Vario Station. We're also going to build stations to Salmac, MTW, Cole, a couple of other people too that we lost over the last few years. So Kratos is helping me, a couple of other people are helping me. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, Vario's had, quite frankly, shit luck with, you know, going and, what was it, that he went in for, like, shoulder surgery or something like that and had an allergic reaction to the, anesthesia. And then, you know, what, he lived another 4 or 5 months and kind of did him in. I mean, crap, he was only like 34 at the time. I dealt with that with my dad almost 2 years ago. Now, I will say in his case, in 2020, he sold the house and everything, and he had been in assisted living for retirement communities, assisted living for a couple of years. So it basically took us about a day to move all of his stuff out of his apartment there and everything. But then I still need to get the farms out of the trust and into another legal entity, which I'll get on here next couple of weeks, basically after this year is over. I think I'm going to move everything over to an LLC. Make my accountant's life a little bit easier. So I need titanium. I only think I need 500. Let's see what I need here. Tell you what, that is a chore when you're... I have my cousin, I had to help her when my aunt died, clean out that house, and that took a couple of months. Granted, my aunt turned out to be a hoarder. 568 titanium. All right. That's a chore, man. And then no matter how much you thought you had things planned, something always slips through the cracks.
Landing restraints lifted. Moderate speed on exit.
But my parents
Landing gear retracted.
specifically said that everything needed to be taken out of the trust in a, quote, reasonable amount of time, and it's been almost 2 years, which meets the IRS's definition of reasonable. Oh, well, better than Wiener Beacon. I'll say, whoever is the architect of this system has a fascination with penises. Oh, I tell you what, when a house hasn't been lived in a long time, man, everything just deteriorates. Well, snake skins are one thing. My cousin found a living snake in the basement of my aunt's house. It's just a gardener snake, but still. But I'm also going to be doing some X-Plane other stuff. You still down there in Texas? If so, I may be flying down to visit here one of these days. I need flight hours before I can sit for my commercial pilot's license. Well, then I almost have to... I thought you're in North Texas, if I remember right. Kratos and I are coming down next year to do some pig hunting from helicopters. That's a good thing, yeah. I had to get appraisals and everything when my dad died. Well, on his land, I had 300 acres. My dad had about 496. So, although this year has been interesting with we plant rice tech rice or have been. It's a hybrid, and typically it does very well for us. Averages around 210 bushels an acre. But this year the milling on it was just absolutely horrible, and nobody would take it. In fact, they canceled contracts on us, which really sucked because we had it booked at $7 a bushel, and it ain't $7 a bushel anymore. So I had about 30,000 bushels of it in a bin, and finally got it sold, but, you know, 30,000 bushels at losing about $3 a bushel. Yeah, about 3. It hurt. I guess 2, a little over 2, I guess, is more what it was. But still, that hurts the old pocketbook. Okay, Fort Worth area. Because my wife and I have family down in Houston. Well, I had to get everything valued for stepped-up basis purposes. So what games are you on to playing these days, Arachne? Or a person who may or may not be Arachne? Of a star system that no one's happy, industrial and agriculture. Although I goofed up, I should have made a colony type instead of a industrial, but you learn, you live. Or live and learn. Something like that. RimWorld will do that. Traditionally, I play RimWorld when we go out to Colorado, because it doesn't require an internet connection when we're out there. But yeah, that yeah, RimWorld will eat up some time. The only game that I've been playing over the past year and a half has been Helldivers 2, which I have to say that I've had some amazing experiences. I've run into people just randomly joining games that I played Halo with like 15 years ago online. And since I had the same gamer tag since then, it was just like crazy. I also ran into, who the hell was it? One of our old nemesis. Atomic. I ran into Atomic.
Frameshift drive charging.
Really? It didn't drop me.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
There we go. I haven't tried the Odyssey. I have the Idolatry, or the Idol expansion. And I think the Royalty expansion. I haven't tried the new Odyssey one, though.
Docking request granted.
All these people using this green renewable energy crap here. Oh no, I guess those are work lights, not solar panels. Never mind.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Oh man, I haven't even thought about Star Trek Online in years. I know Black Dog played that game well after. He's not doing super well either. He's got diabetes pretty bad, and although about to have cataract surgery, so
Docking
he might be
successful.
actually able to play
Engines
games again. But he does primarily flight sims and DCS. Yeah, him and Kratos. Actually, Kratos and I now get together every summer and do some sort of either run and gun class. This past summer, he came out and did an Appleseed, and I was instructing at it. Maybe that's what I'll have to do. Have to come down to Texas and instruct, be a red hat at one of the events down there. Have airplane will travel. Thanks for all. Building the future together. I guess the new space farm should be here. That's no fun.
Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
I about to say kind of as almost as morbid as it is. Salmac went in the hospital, had something like dissected aorta or something like that, and passed away. Never recovered from it. 2021, 2022. And then MTW had a heart attack. You know, Sal was only like 53, 54. MTW was a little bit older. There's also PT, but I mean, PT was 80 when we played BSGO. All right. Well, now we got to plan what to build next. So this is our initial settlement. Development level changes 3. Initial population increase a little bit. Tech level change. 2 market links. Strong, no weak links. Starport. -2 security change. We want a quad hammer, dual hammer, or no hammer. Yeah, we'll go with a dual. It is not going to help security in this system, but there are things we can build that will increase security. the old man. All right. Hi ho, hi ho. Some of the stuff we can get from our own station. Generators, water purifiers, water, titanium. All right, well. Well. Time to go make another beer run.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, so still obscured. There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, there better be a boom in the system reporting. I'm the one. We're the ones building all the, buying up all their supplies.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You know, Star Wars Galaxies is the one MMO that I regret not playing, but that was during the days when I was working in DC very long hours and just didn't have time. But my understanding is that was a much superior MMO to the Old Republic. And they had probably nailed the original concept very well, even given the limited technology of the time, because it wasn't like the entire economy player crafted and... Then I know that some fans of the games like reverse engineered the servers and were running private servers. Surprisingly not getting too much flack from Disney. So instead of having one centralized galaxy, you got fractured and, like I said, low player counts and everyone always bitching about everything. I agree. Star Wars Galaxies was ahead of its time. As I said, it's kind of amazing what they were able to do given the technology of the day. Because really, you're thinking DSL was high-speed internet in those days, and my understanding is it technically worked pretty well. Then imagine rebuilding that in, you know, with modern architecture, high-speed internet, and all that good stuff, which... I mean, to be frankly honest, that's probably the dragon everyone's been chasing ever since. I guess World of Warcraft in just terms of absolute sheer number of players and money. But that was also back when Star Wars was still interesting. I think Star Wars was better served in the 90s and 2000s in video games rather than TV series. Back in the days of LucasArts. Back before the dark times. Before the days of Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger.
Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 3-2.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Attention, Commander. You need to reduce your speed.
What are you going to do? Give me a space speeding ticket? Besides, all speeds in space are relative. Wrong button. So yeah, I'll be doing some X-Plane 12 here with the Aerosphere Cherokee because it's very close to what I own.
Confirmed contact. Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
I hope that they're shooting, and when it comes to Spaceballs 2, I hope they're shooting Mel Brooks' scenes, like, now. Because, you know, God bless the man, he's, what, 9,900 years old?
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4.
I just hope it's good.
2. 1.
Just watch the new Leslie Nielsen, or not Leslie Nielsen, but the Liam Neeson version of The Naked Gun, and it had its moments, but it still wasn't as funny as the old Naked Gun movies.
Frameshift drive charging.
The yogurt string.
2, 1.
Shoot, with all the AI animation these days, you probably could do it. Yogurt. Pavlov landing. I'd almost like to keep that station name, but we'll probably end up naming it Varios. I heard that about the Spinal Tap. I haven't seen it. But it kind of came and went with not a whole lot of fanfare. I'm kind of fearful about Spaceballs 2, and no, there just really hasn't been any what I would call great comedies in 15 years. Everyone got offended by everything. You know, and I don't see a George Carlin type that puts an end to it, like in the late 90s. There have been a couple of Elton John cameos. What was it? Was it Kingsman that he had a cameo in? Kind of funny. But I can't think the last time I saw a movie where we were in just complete stitches in the theater.
Docking request granted.
So yes, I'm just space trucking,
Landing
but
gear deployed.
it's a simple life. Space trucking across the universe. But I'm getting to the point where I need to build a new computer. This one's about 5 years old.
Scan detected.
But I don't know. At the same time, Intel and AMD chips are both having their share of problems, and I will say I'm making money as 1%. And we got a lot of things to bring in.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Trying to think of other stuff I've been up to over the last several years. I mean,
4.
I have a 1958 Chevy Cameo now. Pickup truck.
Engage.
The 454. I don't know if that's enough for you all down in Texas. But at least I have one vehicle I can actually maintain without having to have a freaking computer. In fact, I think my everyday driver needs a new battery because I keep getting some weird errors. It's like, this system isn't working. You need to go have it looked at. And I'm just kind of sitting here going, you know, my Dodge was like that too. You start getting weird errors and you need a new battery. It's about 4 years old now, so yeah, it probably needs a new battery, which, come to think of it, so does my wife's car. Well, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah. Also, it's a vehicle that, I guess the starter is electrical on it, or electric, but, you know, that's about it. I mean, it has mechanical cruise control. In fact, I'm probably going to drive the truck out to the airport tomorrow. I've got ground lessons while I wait for my airplane to get new avionics put in it. I'm going to have a fresh annual done. Although a lot of the annual work stuff my A&P lets me do, and he'll sign off, inspect and then sign off, like I needed to replace a bunch of the hoses. Because my airplane runs on a 1940s tractor engine. I mean, that's an O360 is. The 1940s tractor engine designed to run at 2,700 RPM all the time. But the FAA says I can't do that. Well, I can change the oil. Legally, I can change the oil myself. Maybe replace a spark plug. But if you have any general aviation airports by you, let me know. And it won't probably be until spring, but I'll make it a point to fly down there and we can grab lunch or something. Oh,
Kudamaya, Sierra, Kilo, uniform.
other fun story.
Submit a docking request
So,
before landing at this port.
you know how, like, Jimmy Kimmel's wife has gone crazy the past couple weeks? My wife went to grade school and high school with her.
Land at docking bay 40.
And, like, her parents still go to my in-laws' parish. Oh, I have a small plane, so...
Docking cancellation acknowledged.
Oh.
Permission authorized. Please head directly for bay 32.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, it's...
Docking complete. Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
We actually ran into them, with Jimmy Kimmel and his wife. They're at some function for the high school that my wife went to, and his wife went to, fundraiser or something a couple of years ago. But I think she was getting some sort of accolade award for basically marrying a rich Hollywood person. Ah, yes, we need some copper. I didn't see how much. Wow, 1,000 credits there at Check Station.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
But it's the typical Hollywood. Oh, my family voted differently than I did, therefore I had to cut them off and can't have anything to do with them and blah, 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 blah.
Maintain correct lane on exit.
One YouTuber that calls him politically pickled, and I think that's a good way of
Landing gear retracted.
putting it, but... Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
You know, it's like, my college had some very interesting
3, 2,
convocations. Like,
engage.
we had Eric von Daniken, the everything was built by extraterrestrials guy, do a convocation. But, yeah, they gave Morris Dees of the SPLC an honorary doctorate, and this is, I think, late 90s, and like, well, now that we got hate crime legislation passed, we're going to have to work on hate speech next. And I got up and walked out. It is the only convocation I walked out of, and I was the only one who got up and walked out at that. I mean, kind of goes to show you where
Frameshift drive charging.
most people's views on free speech and all that stuff even 25 years ago was. It's just like the first time I ever heard the word social justice was in reference to the model being South Africa. This is about 98, 99. And I'm like, yeah, the policies they're implementing in the name of, quote, social justice is gonna, well, lead to South Africa today. Oh. Although you guys got some things down there in Texas, right? Like, what, your state legislature meets once every 2 years for, like, 3 months? Now, could we just do the same damn thing with Congress? Turn being a congressman back into a part-time job. Although it would be nice if we could maintain an attorney general here for more than like 2 years instead of running off to become a senator or deputy director of the FBI. I could totally lame this out. Autopilot. Which, to be fair, was a feature added since I stopped playing in 2018. The only thing we had was an autopilot or auto dock that would sometimes kill you. We're gonna hit the orbital construction site before or after we hit the orbital cruise. Yeah. I know no state income tax, but I think don't they hit you pretty hard with property taxes and toll roads?
Docking request granted. Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
No, I don't want to rename the city. Bose City? Oil Ranch. Mozart Enterprise. Schnitzler Landing? Okay, we're renaming it that for right now. Oh. We didn't need quite that many. Alright, well. Then we'll head to, Euskotoris, where
Ship released. Engines engaged.
we'll buy our extra supplies and,
Landing gear retracted.
go get some of the other stuff at high tech station. So it had the tie-in owner. Hey, my great grandfather owned a
Charging.
liquor store.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Yeah. Gas was what, 39 cents a gallon? Shoot, I remember when a Big Mac was like $3.50. Ain't $3.50 no more. I mean, we ate at a McDonald's for the first time, shooting probably 5 years. We were on a road trip, and there was one attached to the Love gas station. It was like $30 for the three of us. I was just like, for this? I mean, around here, there's some nice restaurants that we can go to for $30. Sit-down places, local places. Well, these days, money printer go burr. Oh yes, in our squadron, our little group. I guess it's called squadron. Yes, clan, guild, whatever you want to call an Elite Dangerous is called Blue Squad. I think it's officially BSGO Blue Squad.
Sierra Kilo uniform. We are pleased to have you at this Imperial facility, Commander. Approval is granted. Please proceed to Bay 10. Your approach is good, Commander. Do not adjust course.
I'm gonna have to, else I'm gonna crash in the station.
Landing gear deployed.
Brooks Galactic Tours. Named after the late Michael Brooks, who's executive director of this game back in the olden days, and somebody I conversed with in the old forums a few times and vehemently disagreed on giving players agency in the game. To do things like build stations. Oh wait, we get to do that now.
Landing safely completed. You may alight when ready. Welcome to the facility, Commander.
I'm gonna lose a couple credits. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wait. Change 10. That's fine. Alright, so what do I need? I need to go to Galaxy Map. Yeah, right now, a couple of the people that we could scrounge up with Elite still installed are helping build these stations. But you can also do combat, and I think somebody can get a fleet carrier, and everybody can do stuff with fleet carrier too. Alright, so semiconductors. Do we have technology, semiconductors? Synthetic meat? No. Hmm. Non-lethal weapons. What's the fun in that? Okay, so I don't see anything there we need. Computer components. 25 medical diagnostic equipment, 26 non-lethal weapons. Alright. 25 we said. $26 non-lethal weapons. The unfun kind. Oh, you just don't have Odyssey. Since this is all space-based things, I don't know how that works now. Alright, so we got those. Okay, got those two things. No semiconductors here. No superconductors here. Water purifiers. It doesn't look like they have anything. Imperial slaves. And enrichment systems, microcontrollers. Huh. Well, I honestly thought I could get more stuff that I needed here, but apparently not. Do they have water? No, they do not. Okay, well, Got what they had offered here. Well, you wanted to come join us out here and get Odyssey and help build the Varios Memorial Station.
Released. Please observe speed restrictions upon exiting.
Landing gear
Well, as
retracted.
Cole and PT and Sal and wrong button.
Frameshift drive charging.
Wow, 2021, yeah. I had to do that. My first 2 hours in the game was remapping controls, but I had a completely different joystick HOTAS setup than I had 8 years ago. Excuse me. Oh, and the other thing I had to do is when you first get Odyssey, basically you have to play the tutorial for how to do all the ground combat stuff. That was kind of annoying. On one hand, it is kind of cool what they've done with adding in the space legs side of things and some of the missions and things you can do. But anytime I try to play WSAD games, I guess repetitive motion injury, carpal tunnel, call it whatever you want to call it, but it just gets to be physically painful after a few minutes. I mean, the good news is, even if you just had a hauler in the game, man, we have a station and system now that you could be hauling stuff to, and like copper you could buy for like 300 credits a ton and trade it for 1,200 just system over. I'm not 100% like I said, I don't know how it works with the base game and the Horizons.
Uniform, please ensure you follow standard docking procedures before landing. Access granted. Please head directly for Bay 09er.
Scan detected.
Kratos came out and he had a bunch of cigars on his ship that apparently were illegal. Though I guess I missed out on the Thargoid War. Something, something, I was shoveling shit in Louisiana. Yeah, there's mining, there's combat.
On the ground. Perform landing checklist. It's good to have you with us, Commander.
Space trucking, which is what I'm doing now. It's nice and relaxing. Starport services. So, do you have aluminum? Aluminium. Oh, you have food cartridges. Well, let me see what kind we need. I know we need some food cartridges. Let me see. Food cartridges, 245. All right, we will. Since they're here, we will go ahead. Ah. 245. All right. 15% bonus profit bond from Squadron. All right, next item. Aluminium. Oh, they got semiconductors here. And superconductors. Alright, so crap. What of those did we need? Superconductors 274, semiconductors 154. So we'll do semiconductors. I would say 174. $174 or $154, $274. All right. Well, then that's correct. Oh. Then, oh, they have insulating membranes here, too. Water purifiers. Computer components. Wow, they seem to have most stuff I need here. We need 274. Alright, so we still have about 100 tons. What else? What else can I get here? Knock off the list here. Okay, got that. Power generators. Water purifiers, 107. Alright. Water purifiers, 107. Oh, so close.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Oh, I only got... 20? I thought I had 150. Okay. Well, we'll knock a few items off the list. I don't know about any space monkeys. Maybe more squids.
Moderate speed on exit.
Insectoids? Space roaches? What did the Thargoids end up being?
Landing gear retracted.
Warning. Restrict speed and be aware of oncoming traffic.
I avoided everything. What do you want me to do? Scan 10 degrees of the sector sky at a time? Who are you, the FAA?
3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Oh, yeah. Right, Atlas. Yeah. Yeah, just Cylons. Well, you know, with all this AI and stuff, it's like, you know, we watched this in 2003. It didn't end well. Granted, maybe because that's because the Colonials based the Cylon intelligence on that of a, like, what, 12-year-old girl or something? But I have a CX-4 Storm Carbine for Cylons. I got a P90 for Goa'uld. So if it's one of those two things, I'm prepared.
Docking request granted. Scan detected. Landing gear deployed. Scan detected.
Like, why are you guys scanning me? You know what I'm carrying. Just crap to build stations with. Schnitzler. I like that station name now.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
So 3%. Lighting membranes. Lots of steel. All right, I think I'm going to call it here. But I'll probably be on tomorrow night. Till then, see you next time.